Oh,
Hello.
I'm like, did we discuss this?
We are out of sync, Crystal.
I
We are
know, it's
out
so
of
bad.
sync. Welcome to Two Girls. I was about to say welcome to This Is Important. That's not our show.
It isn't great, but not
It's
it.
a great show. It's not this. Welcome to Two Girls, One Pod. I'm Melissa.
I'm Crystal.
And this is our first show back in a long, long time. We actually we recorded a show a couple of weeks ago and I forgot to upload it. So that's not available for you to listen to, but
it happens.
we'll make it up for you today. So we're
That's
back.
right.
What are you up to today, Crystal?
Oh, I actually physically had to leave my house today to go to work.
Now, see, that's different.
It is weird. Yeah. So it's been like almost 3 years. So, I've gone in intermittently, but today I went in. But I only went in today because we were having a Christmas party. So
Of course. Did it feel strange though? Like I find with work stuff now, like our meetings are back on the go. We always did like Tuesday morning meetings.
yeah.
And I haven't made it to one yet this year. Now, part of that is my babysitting situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not as easy as, it was pre-child, and it just so happened
Obviously.
that COVID piggybacked off of my child
Right.
being born. But even just the thought of like getting ready in the morning to go into the office to be there at a certain time, I'm like, who does this?
Right.
What
I was
this?
so I work at 7:30, right?
Yeah.
That's what time I have to be at the office, ready to go. Right. And, which is fine when I'm at home because I just like stroll down the stairs and I'm good to go. But like this morning, I was just like, you're going to need to wash that hair. Like it was a state. And I was like, yeah, no, you can't go anywhere like that. Yeah. So I had to do all of that. And it was a shit show. Anyway, it's over.
Full routine. We're spoiled.
It is. Yeah, it's something. And then getting the kids ready and making sure that they were ready. But yet I had to leave before they did. So then I was like, Ethan, you need to get up and make sure that your brother and sister get on the bus.
That's the hardest thing though, is like wrangling everybody else. Getting yourself ready is one thing. Wrangling everybody else together to try to get them on the same page is it's like a fucking sport.
Yeah.
It is. I've only got one. I can't imagine three. And three at like the talk back age.
And the I'm too tired to get up age, because like I actually wish that they were waking me up at the ass crack of dawn now. Like
at least then you're not like shoving them for 25 minutes being like, if you don't get the fuck out of, and then everybody wakes up angry because you're like, get the fuck out of bed. They're like, why are you yelling at me? And you're like, because I've been asking you for 25 minutes. Like, well, how do I know that?
Right. It's like, well, because I was asleep. And anyway, now I'm a psycho. So that's how that starts.
That's how I wake up Drew. Like, that's the only reason I know about that, is because waking him up is like waking up a teenager. Love him to pieces. But the amount of times that we have woken up, he has woken up already in a fight with me.
Yeah.
Where he wakes up and he's like, what is going on? Why is she flipping out right now? What did I do? And I'm just
completely unaware. He's like, did I start this?
Did I start? What did I do? Why does she hate me today? Am I the asshole here?
Are you the asshole here? Which, as it turns out, is what we're going to do today. So
we're going to do
everybody listening. Yeah. I'm like, so I kind of threw this idea out to Melissa the other day and she was like, yeah, I'm totally on board. I was thinking about something like this too. Mm-hmm. So we decided that we're just going to like take a look at some situations that, and we're going to decide whether or not we think these people are assholes or not.
Yeah. So basically it's like a forum where people write in and they're like, this is my situation. Am I an asshole in this situation? So we're going to tell them if they are, or if they're not. And while I have you listening, be sure to like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube or if you're listening to us audio, do the same thing. Maybe leave us a review. 5 stars would be great. Not to tell you what to do, but I'm telling you what to do.
Takes 2 minutes of your time.
And if you're on YouTube, you want to click on the little bell to get the notifications when we do upload new content, so you don't miss any of what we actually post. Yeah, you're gonna miss the stuff I forget to upload, but anything we upload, you will get a notification. So be sure to do that so you can get lots of our information. And then we kind of want you to weigh in on this. So we're going to do these am I the asshole situations, and we want to know what you guys think about each situation. And let us know if you agree with us, disagree, or what you think in general.
Yeah, give us some comments and just let us know, because everybody has different opinions, obviously, but let's see what the consensus is.
All right, what's number one? Situation number one.
Well, I think we're going to start out with what I feel to me is an easy answer, but we're just going to warm it up a little.
Okay. I'm nervous.
Okay.
So anybody listening, we did not discuss these beforehand. I have no idea what any of them are. Crystal just picked out a bunch of situations and was like, let's talk about it in our pod. So
exactly.
Here we are.
And we'll see. So situation number one, I, 29 female, have 2 kids, 6 female and 3 female. My husband works weekdays from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And after work, he normally goes out with the boys and normally gets home around 5 or 6. Here's how my typical day looks. I wake up at 6 a.m., make coffee and read a book. Then I do laundry, make breakfast, work, school lunches, wake my eldest at 7, get her ready for school, wake my husband, wake my youngest, drive my daughter to school, then do the shopping, cleaning, making lunch, etc. Then I pick my eldest up from school and make dinner. I do everything every day. When my husband gets home, he eats, watches TV, and falls asleep. I haven't had a full day to myself since my youngest was born. I really need a break from all this madness. Well, the other day, my friend called me and asked if I wanted to go have lunch with her, then go shopping and maybe go for a drink or 2. I was extremely excited and couldn't wait to chill for the first time in ages. I told my husband, and he didn't seem to care that much, so I assumed it would be okay and he would watch the kids. Well, the day came, and as I was leaving, my husband stopped me and asked when the babysitter would be here. And I told him there was no sitter. He would have to watch them. And he went insane on me and told me I can't just expect him to babysit while I go out and have a good time. He told me that unless I find someone to watch the girls, I couldn't go. We got into a huge fight, and I ended up just calling my sister to watch them. He's been giving me the silent treatment ever since and refusing to talk to me. So, am I the asshole?
You need to divorce this man.
Right?
Am I the asshole? I can't believe she's even questioning that. Okay, the fact that she is questioning if she's the asshole in this situation tells me that this relationship has been like it since the beginning.
Yeah.
So okay. I gotta back up.
So much to unpack here.
There's so much. Okay. So she fell right into the mom role. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is something that comes naturally. I can't even blame
all of us.
It's I think it's like a hormonal thing. I don't know. When we become mothers, we just become this like nesting, like nurturing, like take care of all the shit. Like I've never thought so much. Like before I had kids, I ran out of toilet paper a lot. I'm just gonna tell you, I'd forget to pick it up. I'd have to wipe with a paper towel sometimes. Like I'd forget. You forget things.
Yeah. Yep.
After I had a baby, I am stocked up in advance on every essential that I will ever need, because my mind is just constantly thinking, what do I have to do? What do I need? I've never been so productive and running in circles at the same time in my life.
Yeah.
So I get that this happens naturally.
Yeah.
It does become a natural order of things. The first thing I'll say is that you don't babysit your own child, you parent them.
That's right.
So when he goes to work, his wife is parenting. If she goes to work, and he stays home, he should be parenting, not babysitting. If he wants to go out for a night with the boys, she's staying at home, parenting,
still
and vice versa. So, if she had said, okay, I'm going out with so-and-so for lunch and then drinks and whatever, for one, I don't know why he expected there to be a babysitter in the first place. Like that is, to me, is very strange.
Yeah.
So like there's a couple of ways to unpack it. It's like her youngest is what, 6?
3,
and her oldest was 6.
6, yeah.
So for the last 6 years, every time that you wanted to go out, if you did, maybe she hasn't gone out in 6 years, but I'm just thinking for the last 6 years, did she get a babysitter for every time? Because I'm wondering if this is a learned if this is a habit that he's just used to. Like for someone to flip out at you over that reason, like, oh, I thought you were going to get a babysitter. Well, why did you think that? Is that something that happens all the time? Because like, I mean, she is not an asshole. She is not even close to an asshole.
Definitely not.
He's an asshole for assuming that she's going to hire a babysitter to watch his children, you know, their children.
While he's home.
Wow. Yeah. Like if he's working, different story, but no, like you're home, take care of our kids.
Exactly.
Do what I do every night. Like, no,
right.
No, she's not an asshole. He's an asshole. I think that they need to have, and I mean, and then the silent treatment after, like you are
right. Like,
oh my God, I just don't even know where to go with this. I think that they need some marriage counseling.
I think he's a fucking baby.
I think she needs to sit down and be like, listen, because that to me is somebody who, if she hasn't already, is going to spiral. Mental health is so important. It is so important. You hear all the time that you can't pour from an empty cup. This woman has been run ragged for 6 years doing the majority of, you know, the family and the household stuff. So the fact that like she wants to go out once in a while and this is the reaction she gets, and then she gets a silent treatment over it, like that's not healthy. She is going to spiral. She's going to go down deep into herself. She's going to turn into a bitter old woman. And then he's going to be like, I don't know what's wrong with you. You're not the person that I married. And then it's going to be her fault when they get a divorce. Like, no, it needs to be shared responsibility and they need communication. It sounds like they lack shared responsibility and they lack communication. Now, I don't know if that's equal or on his end or what, but yeah, they need to sit down. They need to talk. She needs to just fucking leave and go do her thing, especially if he's home with the kids.
Have called anybody to come babies. I just would have been like, figure it out.
I would have called and said to my sister, I need to drop the kids off with you, canceled my lunch with my friend, and been like, okay, buddy, we're going toe to toe. Cause like, I don't think it's healthy to have it out like that in front of your kids, but they need to have it out because I think that is the most childish, irresponsible thing I've ever heard. And then to not talk to her after, and like, yes, he's an asshole. You are not an asshole. You need to figure your shit out together or you need to leave and find somebody else because that's bullshit.
Yeah. I could not agree
dunk
more
on that one. Yeah, that was an easy one.
Right. I was like, and we're done.
I want to know what our listeners think. I want to know. So situation 1, get in the comments and tell us what you think about that.
Situation 1, and I will just tell you right off the hop that if your situation 1 answer to your comment says anything except that he was the asshole, you are wrong.
We won't block you. We'll leave your comment there. We'll just disagree with it.
We are open to discussion, but you're wrong.
But you're wrong.
Okay. So
oh God. You know, it's good one.
There's a reason behind this.
Are you even going to be able to read this?
I'll be good. I'm good. I swear. Okay. My boyfriend, 20 male, I don't know why this is even fucking relevant, but anyway, stays over for some days, and other days I, 19 female, stay over at his house. It's a mixture of how our schedule looks that week. So me and my boyfriend have known each other since we were 9 and went through high school together. We only confessed our feelings to each other in the middle of senior year. His mother used to like me when I was a devout kid, though now thinks I'm too sacrilegious and provocative. She thinks I'm corrupting her little boy, even though he was never devout to begin with. She puts on the facade of loving me in front of my mother and him at times, though behind their back, she would tell me her opinions or be outlandish. I love baking in my free time or when I'm stressed, so I would bake for hours at a time. A couple days back, I just wanted to bake a cake for my boyfriend as he'd been feeling quite overwhelmed recently with studies and prospects. So I spent the night baking when he was at his studying, as I hoped to cheer him up. I made a passion cake that was everything fire, as he's been talking about what his passion is and if he really has what it takes. I put a surprise in the middle of the cake, which was an edible remake of our first letter that we wrote to each other at 12 for our homework. This took me so long to find and make. I'm like,
this girl, like,
wow.
This effort. I'm like, here's an Oreo I didn't eat out of the full box that I ate.
I'm like, romantic or yikes. Anyway, after around 6 hours, I took a nap and went to school. I came back to find my boyfriend, who has a key, and his mother, who came with him once a week.
What? To her house?
I guess. I unpack and I go to the refrigerator to check how the cake turned out and to give it to him, though I found a couple of slices cut out with the letter gone and cake pieces all over. I was really upset, to say the least, and couldn't believe it, but I knew it was his mother. She always went straight to my fridge to try my leftovers.
Is his mother me? Am I the mother?
Right? It may sound like an overreaction, but I felt like I was on the verge of crying as I really wanted to give it to him and thought I executed it well. His mother came to the kitchen, saw the cake I placed on the table, started to overly apologize when she realized what she had done, even though I knew in my gut that she'd done it on purpose. I just ignored her, and my boyfriend was in the room, so he couldn't hear much or cared to listen as we always talked. My boyfriend asked me if it would be all right if his mother could stay over in the guest room as it was late and she couldn't drive at night. I say problems. I tell him no, and that I would much prefer if she didn't. He asked me why I was upset, and I couldn't be asked to go back and forth. I told him to just let her leave my apartment. Meanwhile, I knew she was listening, as she loves to hear us go back and forth. He told me that I was being unreasonable and that his mother has done nothing but be sweet. I just kept on being dismissive, and he left to go drive her to the apartment and stay there, even though he was supposed to stay the night at mine. And he's been quite dismissive as he was already under immense stress. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to break up. They're what, 20 and 19? She's 19.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, yeah. Okay.
We're not going to say that they're too young.
But the mother is already way too involved in that relationship. Why is she coming over to the girlfriend's apartment?
Right.
Strange. I mean, she ate a cake that was in the fridge. It's like, it's a bit intrusive, but if it's what she always does, like, how would she know the difference?
And if you've never set that boundary.
Exactly. And here's the other thing too. There's a lot of people who will go through life. Like, I don't know this young lady. I don't know her. So I can't speak that this is the way she is, but this is the way it feels to me, reading that. There's a lot of people who will go through life getting upset about things, but not addressing them head on with the person. And then they leave that to fester. And then when they do something else, like, it just gets to a point where then they blow up and they blow something that's small out of proportion, or they think that, like, the mother is eating the cake on purpose to piss her off. Like, I don't think the mom has an issue with her. If the mom never did have an issue with her, I don't think the mom has an issue with her now. Maybe she thinks that they're too young to be too serious. I don't know. But then why is the mom coming to the apartment? It feels very much like they've known each other for so long that they've just gotten to be.
They just get on each other's nerves.
They're family. You know, they've made themselves family. Family's going to piss you off. So I think that they're just in this situation where she's just really annoyed with the mom. And in that situation, like, the mom doesn't like to drive at night, you know. Yeah, if you're going to kick her out, okay, kick her out. Yeah, you're a bit of the asshole in that situation over something that she didn't realize, you know what I mean? Like, let her drive home the next day. Or the other side of it is like, what did she say to him after he left? Because she's like, he stayed with his mom after he drove her home, even though he was supposed to spend the night at my apartment. Like, you really think he's going to go drive your mom home, who you're mad at for something that he doesn't believe is justified, and then you think he's going to drive his ass back to your apartment and then have snuggle time? Like, no. So yeah, you're the asshole.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, on one side of things, I sit down and I'm just like, I think they're all assholes.
I do.
I do.
I think they need to break up. Like, you're 19. Go play.
No, it's not even that. It's just, I just feel like you're all assholes. And like to a certain extent, it seems like they've been together since they were so young, or they've liked each other since they were so young. And now, like, they still have that bit of a juvenile relationship. So here she is. She's just like, oh, you're so stressed. I'm going to make you a cake and I'm going to put a fucking letter in it. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
An edible love letter. Like,
like, good on you for wanting to do something like that. But here's the other side of that. Is that
Hallmark Christmas movie written all over it?
Oh my God. So basically, obviously I want to vomit about the whole thing because that's how I am. I'm just like, this is too much. This is too much. Right?
Ridiculous.
Maybe his mother does hate her. Maybe she did eat it on purpose. Maybe you never set the boundary and said, hey, listen, would you mind not going into my fridge when you come to my house without asking me if I wanted to keep the pork chop for my lunch tomorrow?
Okay. I see what you did there. Okay. So what was it, 2 years ago?
So side
story. Now I see where Crystal's going with this. 2 years ago, let's say, hey, I set the fucking boundary. Here's the difference. Okay. I'm just going to
I know you did.
Let's go. I'll tell you my story. So I don't know if anybody's ever seen Friends. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's the show that was back in the 90s.
It was amazing.
It's a funny show. It's a sitcom. It's called Friends. Good. And there's a character in it named Joey. And Joey doesn't like to share his food. And there's an episode about There's an episode about how Joey doesn't like to share food and he screams it. He won't share with a toddler. Like he likes his food.
We're like that.
I like my food. I don't like to fucking share. Crystal's the same way. We don't like to share. If you want what I'm eating, order it. If you want what I buy at the supermarket, buy yourself one or I'll buy you one. So in my house, I buy the things that I want. And if I know that they're things that my kid, yes, I don't like to share with her either. But if there are things I know that my kid or my husband will want, I'll buy extra for them.
Right.
And I don't always eat mine right away. Sometimes I'll save it. So a couple of years ago, I had cooked a pork chop. I did a really good job. And at this point, I was like, I don't know, on some fucking diet that I was doing. And it was my like fucking 5 o'clock meal or whatever. I was like time and shit. And I was like really looking forward to that pork chop. So I was hangry. Okay. Cause I was on day 1, like hour 6 of a diet, which anybody who knows me, I don't like not eating.
No.
Like if I could just be eating all the time, it's what I would do. So I open up the fridge to eat my pork chop and my husband had gotten home from work and he opened up the fridge and he saw the pork chop and he ate the fucking pork chop. So I went up one side of him and down the other. And then I went to our group chat and I told the girls about how he ate my fucking pork chop that I was saving. And he didn't ask me and he knows, wow, I sound awful. I was like, he knows the rules, but I don't eat my food. So anyway, yeah, I got really mad about it, but I didn't like stop talking to him for a week. Like,
no,
but I'm pretty sure you cried. I did cry. I was dieting. Your emotions are heightened when you're not properly nourished. Okay.
It was my favorite.
I did cry. And then I talked smack about him in our girl group chat.
Like we do.
And then I felt better. Right. And I was friends with my husband again. I loved him again the next day. And now whenever I have leftovers in the fridge, he checks with me first.
That's
he doesn't want me to cry again.
It was a learning moment, you see, right? So
now in that situation,
Drew was the asshole.
Me, no, I'm gonna say I was a bit of an asshole. I was a bit of an asshole. It's not like there was supper put away from or whatever.
Right.
He's also a grown man, but we'll call it 50-50 in that situation.
Yeah.
But no, this girl, she's just a bit crazy.
In this case, I just think that poor girl is just like so desperate for, that's what it feels like. It feels like desperation for him to just love her so much and for his mom too. I
don't see that relationship going far. She's
anywhere.
Already got issues with the mom at this early.
My advice is that if you can get out of it so that you can get away from her as early as possible, you should. Yeah. Do it before you have children.
Some fucking solid advice right there.
Solid advice. So
all right, weigh in the comments. This is it is a bit more of a 50-50. So
give us scenario 2. I'd like to hear some ideas on this one because I think that everybody could have a little bit of an idea. Maybe somebody, I don't know, definitely thinks that the mom's an asshole. Maybe someone thinks that he's the asshole.
I think he probably shouldn't have been such a baby about it a few days later, like still being weird about it and stuff. And I also think that she also shouldn't be a baby about it a few days later. Like, okay, the date happens, emotions are heightened. Maybe she was dieting. Who knows?
Who knows?
You know, I get it. Day of, you can overreact, and sometimes you're just in your feelings, right? So I get it. But like 2 and 3 days later, guys, you gotta learn to let shit go.
Yeah.
Life is too short to fucking be mad about a cake.
Seriously. Just bake another one. Fucking it'll be fine.
What's that song? I'll never have that recipe.
Weird Al.
No, it's a real cake. It's a real song. It's called Someone Left the Cake Out in the Rain. I need you to go. I can't believe you don't know what I'm talking about. This is a real song. It was like a top of the charts hit.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like all I could picture.
You're older than me.
Yeah, I know. I feel like what I was thinking when you sang that is it sounded like Weird Al singing Jurassic Park.
No. It's Someone Left the Cake Out in the Rain. Hang on.
Yeah, I don't know that one. I know Cake by the Ocean. That's something else entirely.
Left the Cake Out in the Rain. It's like the first thing if you say someone left the on YouTube. It's MacArthur Park. No, right. That's a lip sync. We're not looking for that. Keep talking to me. Let's
I don't know, man. We gotta hear this. Here. You may as well share this song because I'm just sitting here going like, well, we're gonna have to
MacArthur Park is the name of the song.
Yeah.
With the new Google Pixel 7 Pro.
Hold on. I don't want to advertise everything. Let's mute this.
Right. I think that actually it's the same tune. So that's what Weird Al's song Jurassic Park was a parody of.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere, Crystal.
Right.
Now we are getting somewhere.
Just like unpacking that.
Oh my God. Skip trial. Just let me hear the song.
Right.
How long are we allowed to play? 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Keep listening, folks.
Yeah. Here it comes. Here it comes. It's never coming. It's melting in the dark. All the sweet green icing blowing down. Right? Yeah. Someone left my cake out in the rain. See? There you go.
See? So you've really never heard that song before?
I have heard the song before, but I really didn't put those things together at that point. And also, that is a fucking horrible song.
I'm gonna go I'm putting it on my Spotify. That'll be on my Wrapped next year.
Right. I'm gonna show up on Saturday and this is what's gonna be on loop at your house.
Blasting. Like I'm gonna be fist bumping. All right. Okay. Next scenario. We're off track.
Back. Okay. So me and my boyfriend have been dating for almost 3 years. He has 2 small children with his ex. We don't live together as of now, but plan to do so in the future. Now with Christmas approaching, my boyfriend mentioned getting the kids presents for the occasion. To be more specific, he's asking me if I want to buy them presents. I said I wasn't sure since I haven't bought them anything for last year or the year before. He explained that I didn't buy them gifts the first year of dating because I said we're still new. And also didn't get them gifts the second year because his ex had them spend Christmas with her. He said this year is the perfect year to start gifting them since they're going to spend it with us. But I said, I still don't feel like I should since I'm not legally their stepmom yet. We are neither married or engaged. He called me unreasonable and told me to think about what this will mean to the kids. I told him their mom could buy them gifts and I wasn't obligated to buy them any. He said it wasn't like he's asking me to spend a huge chunk of money on an iPhone or a bicycle, but I told him to stop pressuring me since gifts shouldn't be demanded. And that was what he was doing at this point. And I told him I'm not considering
I already have my answer for this one.
Maybe next year if we get engaged. We had an argument.
Is she holding it hostage for an engagement ring?
Right? We had an argument and he said he was disappointed because he thought I loved the kids so much, which I do love them. Yeah. They're the apple of my eyes and it's evident in how I treat them every single day. Mm-hmm. I just don't think that a gift should decide my love for them. But he sees that I'm in the wrong and I have no valid argument. Am I the asshole?
Yes, you are the asshole.
You definitely are.
You are the asshole. 3 years together. First year, absolutely. Right?
Yeah. I'll give you that.
You're together 3 years. You're talking about moving in together. You obviously
talking
know
about engaged.
Children. Talking about engaged. my God, like,
and it doesn't have to be something huge.
Give them a fucking teddy bear. Do you know what I mean? Like something.
Give them some kind of experience. Take them out for the day. Like
if
just
you're
do
going
something.
to be like, you're talking about engagement, right?
Yeah.
You're looking for a fucking ring from this person, and you're not even willing in year 3 to give his children a Christmas present. His young children, you said, young children a Christmas present from you. Like, he's not putting a ring on that. No.
Yeah.
Listen, your children, when you become a parent, your children are everything. And how, I haven't been in that situation, but I can imagine that if I ever was, how I would base moving forward in a relationship with somebody would be if I know that they love my children to the extent, or to at least whatever extent could be reached, that I do.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're like, first of all, if I have to ask you to buy my children a Christmas present, you're not there.
No.
And then you're going to fight me on it. You're not the one.
No.
So I think, yes, you're the asshole, and I think he should leave you. Why are my answer for all 3 of these is like, they need to break up.
But I don't think that you're wrong. Well, and I mean, if he's not going to leave her, then fine,
she doesn't love
but
yeah, she might like them. She's not ready to be a mom.
No, 100%. Like, I just kind of always look at it like, if you're going to take on somebody else's children, you should 100% just treat them as your own. Like, I don't care if they have another mom, they know another mom, whatever.
Yeah, their mom should get it for them. Yeah, she's gonna get them shit too. She's gonna, because she's
exactly.
Mom. You also, like, you're looking to be a freaking stepmom. Like, it's a blended family for a reason. It's not like, okay, well, mommy Carol didn't get you anything because she didn't push out of her vagina, but like regular mommy got you something and daddy got you something, but like mommy Carol does love you. Yeah. Fuck off, Carol.
I agree.
I'm riled
Fuck
up
off,
right
Carol.
now. Like, whenever there's kids involved, I get charged.
Listen, here's the thing. I understand it. Like I get people that say, and lots of people say it, like that they don't really like other people's kids. I get that.
I
you know what I mean?
Like other people's kids.
I'm selective
until I had my own, and now I'm like, exactly, I don't like any other kids.
Right. But
I like yours.
No, that was a close one. You covered that one well. Good job. No, but realistically, like, I like a select few kids. That's literally it.
Select few.
Yeah. A very select few.
Like, not looking for a career as a teacher.
No. And I think, like, part of it is like, I always really liked kids, and then I just got overwhelmed with my own children, with other people's children. There was a lot at one point in my life.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, nope, this is not for me anymore. Like, I'm done. And I don't
set
want
boundaries with other people's children. I think I did it with your kids. Was it your kids that I was like, no, I don't want to do that anymore? We were swimming or something. I can't remember, but I remember I felt bad after.
But you don't need to feel bad.
I was so jumped on all the time. I think it was like,
we were in the pool.
Watch me do this. Watch me do this. And I was like, you know what? Like 10-year-olds, you know what, 10-year-old, I'm not going to watch you do that. I need some fucking time to not hear mom.
Yep. But
I remember you were like, hey, she asked for space. Give her some space.
Exactly. Because that's the thing. Because, like, I understand, because I've been there. You know what I mean? There's days where, as a mom, you are so fucking touched out that you literally do not want anybody else to touch you.
Yeah.
Whether it's a child, somebody else's child, your husband, whatever.
Like 100%. And it is okay to be like that. But like, if you're signing up into a relationship that does have children, you can have those days. But if you're, looking for the stepmom role, then you need to have the mom role,
fill it.
Which means that, like, you can have those days where you just need a break. We all need it. But you also still need to treat them like they're your own children, in which case, like, buy them a fucking Christmas gift. Yes, you're the asshole.
Just
weigh in the comments.
Make it something little, right?
But like, also, I think that anybody who disagrees with me in the comments on this one, not to be a dictator on our podcast or anything, but if you disagree, you're 100% wrong. You're way more wrong than if you disagree on the other two, because this is black and white.
Black and white, 100%. Right. Okay. So she's the asshole, and he should break up with her.
Yeah, they should separate fully. Like, just hit the fucking bricks. Get out.
Right. Okay.
Go leave your cake out in the rain.
I'll leave it out in the rain. Fucking icing melting, frosting melting, whatever. Fucking MacArthur Park. What a stupid song.
Oh no. I'm really good at
literally I'm sitting here going, Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild. Someone let T-Rex out of his pants. Why do I still know this?
I never heard the Weird Al one. So guys, we're really happy to have you here today. And if you're still listening, you're a trooper.
You're welcome.
Because we are good and you're welcome.
So good. So good. Yeah.
All right, let's do the next one.
Here we go. Yeah. I'm a married mom of two. A 4-year-old boy and a 2-year-old girl. And every year I do everything for Christmas. I put up the decorations. I get all the gifts, including the ones for the mailman, garbage man, teachers. Garbage man? What the fuck? Anyway.
Oh, no, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah. My garbage man uses a truck. So no.
my mother-in-law always puts out, like, as far as I can remember, she always gave the garbage man a dozen beer for Christmas.
That's solid.
Isn't that nice? Yep.
Yeah, I don't do that. Right?
I know. I need to learn.
Nope. Get all the gifts from the kids. Wrap all the gifts. I air quoted from the kids, by the way.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well,
I know you. You can see me.
Talking to the audience. Okay, continue.
Yeah. Put the candies in the advent calendar. Bake the cookies. Plan and cook Christmas Day meals. Position the fucking elf. And buy and fill the stockings. For the most part on my own. I spend a lot of time trying to be thoughtful and fill the stockings with things I know each person will actually like and appreciate, and mine usually feels like a bit of an afterthought with 1 or 2 things put in by my husband and the rest of it being things I buy for myself, so it looks like there's something in it and no one feels bad.
Wow.
I'm feeling tired by it this year, so I decided not to do all the things I usually do. Still feels Christmassy around the house, and the kids won't notice anything different on Christmas morning. But I told my family not to get me anything because I'm not getting them anything, including for stockings. They kept fighting me on it and figuratively winking at me like they didn't think it was I was being serious, right? Like, oh yeah, sure.
Good one, Mom.
Right?
But her kids are 2 and 4.
Yeah. Like they're not going to notice yet. They'll start to notice. A
4-year-old will notice if there's nothing in her stocking.
Right. So I took my stocking down to show them I mean it. I don't really care about gifts for myself anyway, but I especially don't want to do all the work and spend all the money when I'm the only one who ever does it. Some extended family members live with us too, and now they and my husband are trying to guilt me into putting my stocking back up because they don't like it being down and they think it will negatively affect the kids. I told them no, I don't need to see an empty stocking hanging on Christmas morning, and I don't need to leave it up just so that they can put some random things in it because they felt like they had to. I just don't care that much, and honestly, it feels freeing to make that choice for myself and stick to it. But they're all telling me I'm being selfish and taking away some of the Christmas magic from the kids and all of them. Am I the asshole?
Yeah. Yeah. So here's the thing.
I think there's varying levels of asshole in this one.
I think that, like, her not doing all the extra is completely, I'm here for it. Good for you. You took a stance, set a boundary. That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Going as far as like, I'm taking now my stocking to be serious. Like, you're being a bit over dramatic. Like, just fucking leave your stocking up, have an empty stocking. Who cares? If you're like, I don't want to see an empty stocking there Christmas morning, blah, blah, blah. But you think that taking the stocking down won't traumatize the children. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't think traumatize is like fucking exaggerating, but this back and forth could be creating a memory for the 4-year-old. Like, this feels like it's probably feeling like a bit of a negative Christmas, most likely, for this 4-year-old, because 4-year-olds can catch vibes and feelings, and they read a room more than they read your words.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that could be a little bit harmful. I think the issue here is that she's burnt out. She's overworked. Nobody's helping her, and she needs help. And
she gets
to
no
talk
appreciation.
to somebody. She gets no appreciation. She needs to She needs to have the discussion with her family. And then I think it wouldn't hurt her to have a couple of therapy sessions. Like, I'm not saying there's, therapy. I would just like to clarify right off the hop. I think therapy is something that every single one of us should be doing. I think it should be just like a regular doctor checkup. I think a couple of times a year, we should have to go to a therapist and just chat our shit out. Right.
Yeah.
So I think that she likely needs to vent, to talk to someone. She needs to feel seen. She needs to feel heard, and she needs to feel appreciated. So I don't, I don't think she's wrong for needing those feelings, but I do think she is being a little bit extreme with like taking down the stocking and saying, don't get me anything. Like, don't do your extra stuff, but don't be like, oh, don't get me anything. Like, no, like, calm down, Becky.
It feels a little passive aggressive to me, is what it feels like. Just from reading it, it's just like, if you don't want them to fill your stocking, fine, just leave the fucking stocking up. And you know what? Don't fill the other adult stockings, and just fill up the kids' stockings, because guess what? That'll distract them enough that they're not going to notice yours.
They don't get. When have you ever seen a kid like they don't even know that parents get anything for Christmas?
Exactly.
Are you kidding?
Right?
Like a 2 and a 4-year-old? No. Do your Christmas, have your relaxed Christmas. That's fine. Take care of the kids.
Yep.
And just fucking leave everybody else alone. Tell them up front, I'm not going overboard this year. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Make it clear, set your boundary, and then carry on. Don't get on. I 100% agree with you. She's being passive aggressive.
Yeah.
And in which case, again, I think she needs she needs to talk to someone, get it out there, understand her own feelings. Cause I think she's being passive aggressive because she probably doesn't understand her own feelings.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So, because she does feel resentful about it. She does. She's sitting there saying, I have all of these things that I do for everybody, and
you don't do it for me.
And nobody does it for me. That's what she's feeling. She's feeling resent. And that's why she's coming out with her passive aggressiveness. You know what I mean? She doesn't know how to convey that in a healthy manner. And so this is the way she's dealing with it. And it's bullshit.
Weigh in the comments.
Yep.
Let us know. That's scenario 4. I think. So far, I keep thinking that the only one who I didn't really think was an asshole was the woman whose husband was a fucking massive cunt.
Yeah, right. So far. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got another one. This is probably our last one.
Okay.
Scenario number 5.
Make it a goodie. Get the
something.
Best one.
I don't know about the best one. Let's just settle down.
Get the best one.
Right.
And then we could be like, we saved the best for last, bitches. So buckle up and listen to the whole podcast, or fast forward.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are your options.
Okay. My husband, 30 male, and I, 31 female, live in a city apartment building that has paper thin walls. And the noise can travel from certain pockets to other places. So, for example, we sometimes babysit for a friend elsewhere in the building where we can never hear neighboring sounds, but from the kitchen, you can hear the upstairs tenant's shower or bath running and any music they have playing in the bathroom. I'm not sure how it works, but there you go. There's a young, possibly post-grad couple living directly below us that we've never met but seen. They often have parties at night, and there's some echo pocket where if they are above a certain volume, we can hear them directly in our bedroom as if they were standing in the room next door. Normally, I ignore it, but I work from home, and they're having day parties, especially. It's very disruptive. So I left a note a few months back on their door saying that the noise does travel clearly, and their conversations won't likely remain private if they continue at that level. Maybe passive aggressive, but I tried to word it friendly so it wouldn't come across that way. I genuinely just wanted to avoid confrontation and let them know that it's really loud and clear. My husband thought it was a little strange, but didn't have any strong opinions. It got much better for a while. However, now that the holidays are rolling around, it seems they're constantly partying day and night. We've knocked on the floors, and I've left a similar note under their door, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. The other morning,
turn the volume up. I'm an asshole.
Right? The other morning I was up and trying to get my work together, and it was like they were talking over my shoulder. So I paused and instead typed up a transcript of their conversation. It was minimal, a few lines and responses about shopping. I went out and put it on their door. It's been silent since. My husband commented on the silence and I told him what I did. And he reacted very strongly, saying that it was very weird and creepy. I responded that they knew there was no privacy if they were that loud, and I was just showing them the case. I didn't write down anything personal. I made a strong effort not to listen to any gossip, but he thinks if they find out it was me, it would cause more drama than it needs to. Am I the asshole?
They don't know that it's her. I thought she
right.
Like they banged on the floor.
Right. They must know who it is.
They clearly know who it is.
Right.
I don't think she's an asshole. I think she's a bit obsessive. I think that would get old really fucking fast if I was the see, here's the thing. It's old for her because she's like, shut the fuck up. Right. And then the downstairs neighbors is also like, oh my God, this psycho, just fucking ignore us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't call her an asshole. I would just call her annoyed.
Yeah, I think so too. I think she's annoyed by
she's
it.
A weirdo.
And some people are like that. Like some people are kind of triggered by those types of, what feels like an intrusion in their privacy, because that's what it's really about. Realistically, she doesn't give a fuck that she's listening to their conversations. She's like, well, if they can hear mine, or if I can hear theirs.
And I don't really even think that it's an intrusion of privacy in any way. Like you said, like she said to them, hey, I can hear you when you go whatever volume. Yeah. So like, if they're having a conversation, I think it's clever. I think it's clever that she wrote out what they were talking about. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's weird and uncomfortable and clever.
And maybe they really didn't know how loud they were. Yeah. You know what I mean? But then when somebody illustrates to you like, oh, well, shit, somebody literally listened to every word that we said. Okay, maybe we need to like tone it down a bit. So maybe it was a little passive aggressive, but
it worked.
It worked. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Again,
that's such a weird.
I don't think she's an asshole.
To me, I don't think she's an asshole either. I don't think there's an asshole in that situation. I think that's just a shitty living situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that happens.
I think so too. For sure.
Yeah. Like, I mean, and upstairs and downstairs neighbors, like there's memes all over for this shit. Like it's just the way that it is when you're adjoined. If you're in an apartment complex or, a multi-level or multi-family home, whatever it is. Yeah. There's going to be noise.
You're going to hear each other. That's it. Because you're two separate living spaces.
I was expecting it to be a sex thing. I thought you were going to tell me about like hearing each other's sex noises or something like that. So I was like, buckle up. Right. What are we talking about?
Way better.
Yeah. Like, come on, lady. Oh, the conversation about shopping. Like, then you're boring. You're going to be like, oh, Rick. Just transcript their lovemaking. Right? Oh God, right there. No, slow it down. No, speed it up. Why are you calling your mother right now? Don't answer the phone. Like, that would have been fucking way better. Way better. We should make some up. Let's just
we should.
Oh, you know what we should do? Tooth Truths and a Lie story edition next time. Wouldn't that be fun?
How do we do that?
Make up so we like get two real ones and make up one.
Right.
And then we read them all out and then, give our opinion on who's the asshole, but then you also have to figure out which one is not true.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fun?
Okay. I can do that.
Do that.
I'll
say I'll do it, but then I'll be like last time and when I didn't upload our actual recording and I'll just forget to do it.
What I will do is 10 minutes before I'll write the story.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Because I'll procrastinate.
You'll cram.
Obviously.
No, you don't procrastinate.
Right.
Like my mom is higher tonight.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I'm in full mom mode.
To be fair, I would be the same, except for, like I said, I was at the office. So because I had to go somewhere. Party.
Yeah. Can we talk about your fabulous hair? Because it is like, what do kids say these days? Is fleek still a thing?
I don't know.
It's lit. Is your hair lit?
It maybe. I have no idea. Right?
It looks, I'm going old school. Your hair looks beautiful.
Oh, thanks. I'm really enjoying it. It's I gotta say it makes me feel I don't know. It's funny because
Jessica
like I always thought,
you look like Jessica Rabbit. It's the same color and you've got like the wave. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm really, really liking it. I gotta say I can't complain. And which is weird because like normally I used to change my hair quite often. Which
you still do. It was blonde like fucking 2 weeks ago.
I know, but like when
now.
just think about it. Like I've been blonde for literally years now. Like, so I've been like working where I'm working. Yeah? No, I've been working where I'm working for over 4 years, and I've been blonde that entire time.
No, 4 years. You have not been blonde since my pregnancy.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some digging. I'm going back through pictures.
Yep.
I don't think so.
I'm just gonna tell you, I have been blonde.
Thinking so our
whether it was like foils or
backpedal now. Backpedal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, but I mean like blonde foils,
I'm gonna catch you.
Like balayage or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna find you.
Okay.
Non-blonde. So Crystal and I have the same hairdresser. And I'm sure she hates us. So yes, Crystal's been blonde for a while, but we keep going back and forth. So I went from the blonde, she had gotten me to like ice blonde. Like it was the blonde I always wanted. And then I went in and I was like, can you do me like a chocolate brown?
Right.
She's like, okay, all right, let's do it. So she did chocolate brown and I do love it. But now I've been debating. I'm like, because I'm not getting in before Christmas. I put it off till like January. So I'm gonna go see her in January. And part of me is like, maybe I'll get some highlights. And I'm thinking, Steph's gonna fucking shoot me.
Right.
Like anybody who's listening who like doesn't dye their hair back and forth. Like Crystal and I do it all the time. We're ridiculous people.
Yeah.
We just get bored really easily. But like, it is really hard to get dark hair blonde. It is a process. It takes several weeks and
several sessions
money and lots of sessions to go and like lighten up. And and you have to be a lot of ugly in between colors before you get to the color that you want to get to.
Yeah.
But like, I always do, like, I'll go through the ugly in between. I'll get the color that I want. And then right after the color that I want, I have been doing the same thing for so long that I'm like, okay, let's go dark again. And I go dark and I'm like, oh, I missed the light. And I just go back and forth all the time. And I'm sure she had nightmares. So when I swear to God, this is a true story. When I first went to the hairdresser that I'm with now, it was about 2 years ago.
Oh, there, yeah.
And previously to seeing her, I had gone black, like jet black, permanent dye. So I don't really know what that means in hairdresser language, but according to Steph, it was really fucking hard to get my hair to blonde. So when I went to her, she did like, the highlights and she started me slow and we built it up. But there was like this band right across the middle of the back of my head.
I remember.
That was like a reddish weird tint that she just could not get the right color. So after like 2 sessions, I went back to her like 2 different times getting my hair dyed. I went back to her and she was like, I was like, what's the matter? She's like, I had nightmares about you. Like, you're coming in today and I've been having nightmares for weeks because I just need that band to be out of your hair. And like the black just wouldn't lighten to where we needed it to go. So like she would have to try to place the blonde in strategic ways so that it made it look like the band was supposed to be. Anyway, she told me, she was like, I've been dreaming about you. Like not in a good way, not in a sexy way, in a Jesus Christ, I have to try to fucking figure out how to make this girl's hair look nice. Yeah. And I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Black is hard, man. Black and red. And not this red. This is natural looking red. Yeah. This is copper. So
like the extreme.
But red?
Yeah, like not cherry, like fucking candy apple. Like some people go like that crazy red.
Do you remember that's what I was that red one time? And so then I decided that I was going to try to go blonde, but it had literally stained my hair. Like it had stained my hair to the point where there was nothing I could do to get it out. I was using bleach on it, like straight up the highest developer that I could use. And I couldn't get it out of my hair. I got to pink and then my hair turned to mush and I had to chop it all off.
Yeah. And that's the thing with me is when I was going blonde, I was like, it was starting to crack really bad and I'm really trying to grow it out again. But like, I just couldn't get the length with blonde. So that's why I went dark. But now, you know what? You know, the color that I want now, it's so funny. So, when you're going from dark to blonde and you've got this ugly orange in between where it's literally like jack-o'-lantern.
Yep.
I kind of want that color.
Yeah,
I kind of like, I don't know what it is. I've been thinking lately. I'm like, I kind of want to go the color that nobody wants, like that, like, yeah, but not like a ginger color. Cause I think like ginger is beautiful,
orange,
but like this orange weird tone that like everybody says you've got to get through the orange if you want the blonde. I kind of want the orange.
Yeah.
I might just go in and be like, Steph, give me some orange. And she'll be like, oh my God. She'll probably fire me.
Get out of my chair.
She's going to fire me soon.
No.
And you know what? It'll totally be justified. I'll be like, yeah, I had it coming.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is she'll just look at you and she'll just be like, all right, we'll do what you want to do. It's going to take some time and it's going to take some sessions. And
yeah. And she's at the stage now with us. I think like I definitely gave her nightmares for a while, but now I think she's at the stage where like when we come in, I think she gets excited because she's like, I don't know what to fucking expect. It's going to be a challenge, but like, she also knows that if it doesn't come out exactly the way we were thinking, we're still going to have fun with it. You know what I mean? So I think she gets to play around a little bit more with us.
Yeah. It was so funny to see her face. Like when I went in there the other day or a couple weeks ago to get this done. Because honestly, I left my house assuming I was just going to continue blonde. And then I drove down over the road, which is literally 5 minutes away, as you know.
Like I can see your house from the salon.
Exactly.
Whenever I go there, I'm like, I should probably visit Crystal. I'm like, I got work to do. My day is too busy.
So I get down there and I sit in the chair and she's just like, so what do you think we're going to do? She's like, you're looking a bit gold. Are we staying gold? Because I had kind of went a little more golden for the fall instead of like white blondish. And I was like, actually, I was thinking this, and then I show her this picture, and she's just like copper, and I'm like,
did she get so excited?
She was just like, oh my God, okay,
she loves
let's do
copper.
it. She loves it, right? So.
And you know what? It is dangerous. It is so dangerous to dye your hair a color that you had thought of sitting in the chair. Yeah, it is dangerous because you have not had time to sit with that, and then when it comes out, I don't know about you. It doesn't matter who does my hair. Whenever I get my hair done, the day that I get it done, it could be gorgeous. I never like my hair until the next day. So anytime I get out of a hairdresser's chair, I'm like, love it. It's great. And I just move on because I know I'm going to love it. I'm like, you gave me exactly what I wanted. I need the day. And it's not even that I need the day because I don't like it. I have to go home and wash it and dry it myself. I don't like my hair until I go home and I wash it and dry it myself. And I'm not good at anything when it comes to beauty. But like she does such a good job. Like she styles it and she does this wave and these curls. And I'm just like, I get home and I'm like, I just need to wash it. I don't know why. Maybe it's just habitual.
It is definitely.
It doesn't feel right.
Yeah. I think you need to like go through that motion yourself in order to feel like I don't know.
Feel like it's me.
Almost, like you're familiarizing yourself with it a little.
I'm like, this doesn't look ratty enough. I'm gonna need to do it myself to feel like it's my hair.
Like this is my normal.
Yeah. Right? We could just scale it down to like a 7 instead of the 9. Can we come back to a 7, please?
No, I gotta say I walked out of there and I was just like, I am in love. And then I walked into my house and I went up over the stairs and Jason just looked at me and he went,
and I was just many words.
Right? I was like, what? And he goes, and then he never said another thing.
Oh, okay.
And then
don't you
that's
love
how
me?
he rolls.
Yeah,
that's how he rolls.
Does that. She'll be like, oh, it's nice. Fuck you. You're sleeping on the couch.
Like, right? Harper comes out of the room and she's just like, what?
I love Harper. She's so funny.
Oh man. So I'll tell you a quick story. She messages me today while I'm at work and she's just like, Mom. And I'm like, what? And she goes, something happened on the bus today. And I'm like, what happened on the bus today? And she's like, somebody called me a mean word. And I'm like, okay, what mean word? She's like, I don't know if I can say it. I think it's a bad word. And I'm like, okay.
Say it to me.
And I'm like, you can say it if you need to say it. You're just talking to me, right? She goes, it's a gardening tool.
A hoe? Did someone call her a hoe? How old is Harper?
11.
Somebody called on her, some 11-year-old called your 11-year-old a hoe.
So 9-year-old called my 11-year-old a hoe.
What? A
She
9-year-old?
Devastated. She was like, I don't even know what that means. It's like,
you're like, sit down, Mama's got some stories for you.
No, Mama can't tell her stories.
That's what Aunt Melissa's for. Come here, Harper. Sit down. Let me tell you a story about your mom back in her heyday.
Back in her heyday.
Oh my God, little kids.
Yeah. She was just like, I don't even know what that means. And I'm like, it is a mean word. It is not a nice word. And
it's a gardening tool.
And it is a gardening tool. Yeah. So
I mean,
it was quite
what
funny.
are the chances that the 9-year-old, what did you tell her what it was? You just said it was a mean word.
No, I just said it was a mean word.
Like, it means you hop on a lot of cocks. Like, how would you even describe it?
I don't even know.
I think of hoe as a term of endearment. Like, fucking right. Call it to me again. Like, fuck you. I am what I am. And if that's a hoe, let it be known. Whatever. Who cares? I mean, obviously she's not at that age yet that I can tell her that. But yeah, embrace what people call you. I'm rubber and you're glue, bitch.
Right? Yeah.
Don't even finish it. Just say, I'm rubber, you're glue, bitch. And then tell her to do the thing and just do the turn and just go walk away. Head held high. She could flip her hair as she goes.
Right? She could do that. Yeah.
Next time I'm with Harper, I'm like, all right, we're going to practice.
Right.
I'm going to be a mean girl. I'm going to call you something. You're going to be a mean girl. You're going to call me something. And I'm going to show you how to react.
What to do. Right. I won't do that because I will push you over stairs.
True enough. Especially if you have a drink in you. You're like, bam. Sorry. I was just trying to show you what to do. Is your eye okay?
I was simply illustrating. Oops.
Oh, that was a good story. That's a good place to end, I think. I think that's we would like to hear some opinion. I also want to know what our listeners think about how they would deal with that situation. If your 11-year-old daughter comes home and says, my 9-year-old bus person called me a hoe, what do you do?
I think we all know who the asshole is in that one.
Oh yeah, we know who the asshole is. We're going looking for that asshole. But tell us in the comments. We want to know. Don't forget to turn on your notification pocket. Yeah. Or whatever you call it. The notification bell. See, whenever I say bell notification, it makes me think of the internet company. Like, sounds weird. Anyway, folks, until next time, I think we could probably do another podcast next week. What do you think?
Yeah, why not?
Next Friday.
I'm here.
All right, we're gonna leave a cake out in the rain, see what happens.
Then we can talk about our shenanigans from Saturday night because we're going out together.
Right. Okay, yeah. So we'll record and so you're getting 2 weeks in a row. It's been a year hiatus.
Great. Yep.
And now you're getting back-to-back 2 girls, 1 pod. Then we might take a Christmas break.
Maybe.
And then we'll probably pop back on after New Year's and see what the fuck is up, guys.
Great.
All right.
See how Christmas
for listening. Let's see how Christmas was. Oh, all right. How do we say goodbye again? We dance it out, right? It has been a long time.
I'm like,
we've done this.
Peace out.
I'm like, this is another episode of
2 girls, 1 pod.
We're going to dance it out. Bye.
Bye.